In the opening scene of the film, Sean Payton, the heir to Payton Enterprises, is the focus of attention for all the girls at a party. Jared, his friend, informs him that a few women are interested in speaking with him. The young girl, protester, and law student Allison Johnson is attempting, along with her friends, to put flyers on the cars. She is protesting against the demolition of a park by Payton's Enterprises. Sean's father, William Payton, asks him about Candace, the daughter of William's competitor, whom he regularly bids against. William says his relationship with Candace would be beneficial for their business, but Sean has no interest in her. Sean tells his father he wants to pursue a career he is passionate about rather than get into the real estate industry. His father says that he has already pursued many professions for his passion but has failed. He gives him an ultimatum of 1 week to find a job, otherwise, he would have to join him in the business. When Allison asks her friends to go after sticking all the pamphlets, they insist on staying with her and refuse to go. Some of the guards notice them, but Allison manages to get away with this situation. Sean meets Allison, who has no idea who he is. He assists her in escaping, and they both introduce themselves. Allison tells him that she is the food truck driver. She takes him to her favorite place, Fountain Green Park, and Sean also likes it. Sean asks her to let him cook for her, and she agrees. Thinking of him as an employee, Allison offers Sean the chance to join her if he gets fired from his previous job. Allison's friend Beth meets Caden, who asks her to play, but the ball hits Beth, and he takes her home. Allison likes Sean's sandwiches and requests that he make more. She then drops him off at his desired place and reaches her apartment, where Beth tells her about Caden. Sean also returns home and informs Jared about Allison. He says he would work with Allison to complete the ultimatum given by his father. Jared asks Sean what his father would think of him, but Sean responds that a job is a job, and his father never specified the type of job he should do. The next day, Allison reaches the food truck late and finds Sean already there, working with Antonia. Antonia admires Sean and his cooking abilities and hires him. Antonia tells Allison that Sean has brought his cookware and pro mixer. She also suggests that they advertise, but Sean believes she should launch her app to update the daily menu and photos. Allison claims she asked Antonia about this several times, but she never listened. Caden comes to meet Beth and asks her about her shoulder. Caden accepts Beth's invitation to a poetry reading that she is hosting tonight. He asks her what happens at the poetry reading, and she tells him that people read their poetry. He inquires about the petition to save the park, and she responds that if they collect enough signatures, they can present it to the town council. Caden asks if he can get some of them because some of his friends can sign them. Beth thanks him, and he leaves. Sean and Allison worked as a team at the food truck and delivered orders. After delivering a large number of orders, Antonia allows them to take a break, saying she will handle the rest. Allison says she is going to get some signatures on the petition, and Sean offers his help. Allison hands him some petition papers to sign. She informs him that only a few hundred signatures are required and can be presented to the town council. Pascal visits Beth, who tells him about her poetry reading event, and he tells her that he wrote a few poems in college. She asks him to read the poetry tonight, and he agrees. They both take a tour of the library. Sean and Allison are standing on the road, asking pedestrians to sign the petition. Sean notices Candace, who approaches him as well. She asks him about the petition papers, and he lies to her, saying he is doing field research for his father. She expresses her desire to assist him, but Sean claims his research contains some business secrets. She soon leaves, but Allison notices her. Allison thanked Sean for his assistance and asked if she could repay him. He suggests a guided tour of the park, which she accepts. Pascal enjoys the library tour and asks Beth if he can repay this favor. Beth asks him to collect some signatures for the park petition, and he agrees. After he leaves, Beth wonders why she is dating two men at the same time. Allison and Sean visit the park, and he discovers that his grandfather founded it. Allison believes it is ironic that one generation built this park while the other wants to demolish it. Sean returns home and tells his father about his job. His father asks him for proof. Sean then starts discussing Fountain Green Park and its history. His father mocks him, claiming that other people want to know about their property while he is asking him about a park. Allison meets Beth at the poetry event and learns that Caden and Pascal will be there. She invites Pascal first to read the poetry because Caden has not arrived. Sean tells Jared about the park and how he is helping Allison sign the petition. He claims he would never have learned about the park without meeting Allison. Jared tells him some tricks to impress Allison. Beth reads her poetry, and everyone enjoys it. Allison is also happy, and she embraces her. Pascal speaks with Beth and admires her poem when Caden arrives with a flower bouquet. He hands it to Beth, who thanks him. Pascal informs Beth that he has collected 500 signatures. Caden apologizes for being late, and she says it is okay. They both spend time together talking. The next day, when Allison arrives at work, Sean has prepared a meal for her. He also plays a song for her. Sean's father, William Payton, arrives, and Allison, unaware that he is Sean's father, attempts to argue with him. Sean handles the situation by asking his father to leave. Caden visits Beth's apartment and brings her athletic equipment. Sean informs Antonia that he will donate the leftover food to the food bank, which makes her angry. Sean asks her to deduct the money from his pay, and Allison supports him. Later, Allison apologizes to Sean for Antonia's behavior, and he replies she inspires him. Allison then offers to have dinner with him, which surprises him. Caden hands Beth some poetry books, and she questions him about the petition signatures. He asks her to give him some more days to get more signatures. Jared brings a car for Sean so that he may look like a poor guy and go to dinner with Allison. Sean informs Jared that he will tell Allison the truth after tonight's dinner. Sean's father tells him that he is going to hire him as a junior executive of the company. Beth compliments Allison as she prepares for dinner and wishes her luck. Sean tells Allison that he is going to take her to the nicest place in town. She tells him about her date with a guy at Gallery Pierre, which was a nightmare for her. Beth receives a message from Pascal inviting her to meet him at the park. Allison tells Sean over dinner that her previous boyfriend hurt her because he broke her trust. She says she trusts people barely, and Sean says it is going to be horrible. Beth meets Pascal in the park and inquires about the petition signatures. He tells her that he joined her group to meet new people and is not concerned with saving the park. Beth becomes angry and abandons him. Allison and Sean go to play mini-golf, where Allison receives Beth's message informing her that Pascal never signed and was deceiving them. Sean says he will try to get more signatures, and Allison says she has to leave because Beth is worried. She returns home and talks with Beth about what they should do now. Beth says she never likes Pascal because they have nothing in common. She asks Allison how her date went, and she tells her that he planned it exactly as she had. Beth says she is happy for her, and Allison is happy too. The next day, Caden visits Beth and tells her that he has almost 700 signatures, and she is happy to hear this. She tells Allison, who then informs Sean. Sean prepares a pie for Allison while Beth and Caden have tea together. Allison is concerned about her exam preparation, and Sean helps her memorize. He then says that he wants to tell her something, but his phone rings before he can say anything. He remembers something and tells Allison he has planned a dinner with his father. He reaches home, where his father and Candace are waiting for him. He asks his father about the petition against his shops and leaves the dinner when his father does not take him seriously. Candace speaks to Sean and informs him that she has a solution to all of the problems. They decide to meet the next day at a cafe. The next day, Jared sees Sean waiting for Candace. Candace tells Sean that she will persuade his father that her property is ideal for the project instead of Fountain Green Park. Beth informs Allison that William Payton has removed the petition from the town council's agenda. Allison approaches Sean and Candace as they are talking. Sean tells Allison the truth, claiming that everything else about him is true except for his last name. Allison leaves in anger and returns home. Sean blames himself for the mess, but Jared encourages him not to give up. Sean calls Allison several times, but she does not answer. Allison refuses to discuss this with Beth and continues to be depressed. Caden comes to Beth and confesses his love for her, which she accepts happily. Sean panics due to this situation and argues with his father, saying that he lost his job, park, and the person who liked him genuinely. He then asks his father to accompany him because he wants to show something. Beth tries to convince Allison to reconcile with Sean, but she refuses. Sean takes his father, William, to the park and shows him the plaque with his grandfather's name written on it. He then tells Sean how he used to go to the park with his father. He claims that after Sean's mother died, he was distracted by his business work and was unable to devote time to him. William tells Sean that he wants him to join the company because he wants to spend time with him. Sean promises to join him in business if he saves the park. They talk to each other and spend time together. Allison informs Antonia that everything about Sean is a lie and that she cannot save the park. Meanwhile, Jared approaches and introduces himself as Sean's friend. Allison is about to leave, but Antonia suggests she listen to him. Jared then tells her that Sean had no involvement in his father's project, but Allison refuses to believe him. Jared explains that Sean had been avoiding working with his father, but he has now agreed to help save the park. Allison meets Sean and asks him not to accept his father's job in exchange for saving the park. Sean informs her that Candace has solved all of the problems by providing him with her project plan. Sean tells Allison that he plans to build another park, which makes Allison happy. They hold hands and kiss each other, and the movie ends happily. So that was Secret Millionaire. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, and turn on the notification so you won't miss the following recap. Until then, cheers!